Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Apparently, this is episode 4,375,000 that I've done since we started off JD TV all those years ago. Look how far we've come now. It's great. Thanks to you. This is the highest growth streaming channel in the world. Well, no, bollocks, of course it isn't, but we're doing really, really well. And this is the channel that speaks up for you. And one or two people who come over from Twitter and call me an arsehole. But that's fair enough. We've got to have, you know, nicknames for each other, I guess. And so, episode 3 million. It's great, isn't it? I've enjoyed chatting to this. Do you remember the old JD TV? It started during the lockdown. I'd go out with a camera and a mug in the garden and just have a little rant. It was good. And I'm about to do that again soon with a new website that I'm forming, JD VIP, it's going to be called. Lots of home movies, lots of backstage stuff, lots of interviews with me mates backstage and other comics and stuff. No real performance stuff as yet, because that's going to stay on the wonderful Ustream here. But there's certainly have a channel about the boat. Lady Natasha TV, and I'm going to ask a load of people who have got boats, and a lot of people watching this do have boats. You can go onto a channel on YouTube called Aquaholic and have a little look at Nick. Nick goes around filming all these boats, but if you've got a film of your boat, well, I'm going to have a whole channel on my website just for boating. It's great. As I'm recording this today, the guys down in Hamble, where I live, and John's here now with me in the studio. What time are you leaving tomorrow to go out to sea?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And what are you going to be doing when you go out to sea?
Going to watch the cricket on Bramble Bank.
Yeah, there's a game of cricket going to be had at Bramble Bank. There's a big patch in between the outlet of the Southampton Water and Cowes. It dries out for a few hours in these big tides. You know this big moon's called big tides. Big tides, lowest astronomical tide and the highest. So it dries right out for about an hour, I guess, and they're going to go and play cricket on there. They take a bar out. It's really early in the morning, isn't it, when it's the lowest tide? And everyone gets shit-faced, apart from the driver of the boat, of course. And they all come back quite merry. I'm glad I'm missing it. I'm going up to Birmingham to stick my nose into to a party conference of reform. I've been invited up as a representative of Ustream to go and have a look. So I'm going to go and have a look and see what they're really all about. And is there a chance for them to mingle with the Conservative Party and take the Conservative Party back to where I believe it needs to be? There you go. Right, now talking about stuff that's going on. Have you seen the latest news, have you? This is a sort of a... My mother used to say, listen to the kettle calling the pot black arse. Well, here we go. The BBC have made a film about ex-Harrods boss. You remember him? Mohammed Al-Fayed. That was him. I mean, he was quite posh, wasn't he? He's quite... I think he was Egyptian. And everyone thought, how the fuck has he bought Harrods? But he did. He owned Harrods. And he is the father, he is the late father of the late Dodi Fayed, the film producer, who was tragically killed in that car crash with Diana, Prince of Wales, in Paris. Now, I knew Mohammed Al-Fayed because he was chairman of Fulham Football Club. And I bumped into him a few times in the boardroom when I went there with Charlton Athletic Football Club. Doing well, second. Keep going, boys. He was quite a funny guy, really. He was very... He looked a star. He looked as if he'd got money. You know the people who've got that skin that looks as if they've been in the sun in the south of France and they live there and they walk round and they've never washed a dish in their life. But I can remember him walking around the boardroom, giving all the men tic-tac mints. You know, he'd go up to them, here you go, this is for you. And he said, Viagra, Viagra, giving a little Viagra tablets. And I had to check them to see if they were. I never needed them, of course, until now. They've changed the shape of them now and I can't get them down there. But anyway, he'd hand these out and saying, this is Viagra. Well, was that the writing on the wall? Because now the BBC, which is changing its name to, well, it actually stands for Bring Back Criminals, has made a film. 20 female employees as accused Mohammed Al-Fayed of rape, sexual offences, etc., etc. And the BBC have made a film of it. Why have the BBC made a film of it? Why haven't the police done anything? Was it reported to the police? Did they complain then? Here we go again. Yet again, the BBC makes a film, or TV and the media make a film of someone who is dead and these ladies come forward and say there's sexual offences. So the question, no matter how hard the question is, it must be asked, why wait till he's dead? Why, if I was raped, I'd be on the fucking phone the next day, wouldn't you? Why, maybe they were too frightened. I mean, are they making any financial claim? I mean, it's a terrible, terrible things, if true, that has happened to these women, and they should have complained to the police straight away. It's no good going to the BBC unless, I don't know, there can't be any justice because he's fucking dead. And I suppose it's easier to make a financial claim if someone's dead. I'm not saying that they are going to make a financial claim, but it just seems a bit odd, doesn't it? We've been here before, that there's a television programme and a series of articles in the media about what a dead person supposedly has done to them. What? They should have gone to the police straight away. I mean, why? You know, sometimes, in my case, for instance, there was accusations made against me that turned out not to be true, or they turned out that the GPS didn't want to do anything about it because it wasn't proven. So I used to, some people say, why weren't these women locked up then for telling up? Well, no. It doesn't work like that because it prevents other women coming forward. But I believe that these women had every chance to come forward. Maybe they did come forward and it was hushed up. Maybe they were too frightened. I don't know. I just think that, no, there's the BBC as well again, isn't it? Why, instead of making this programme, why didn't they keep their eye on what was going on in the newsrooms? Or the football thing. There's another guy there who's been accused of stuff, isn't he? Taking photographs or doing text or whatever. Not the geezer who sells crisps with the big ears. But I can't work out why the BBC would make a film about a dead person accused of sexual offences and not clean up their own act. That's what I'm saying. Dear Kettle, regards Pot. Now, before we go over to Ustream, I have a wonderful story of a school in this country that allowed a boy, listen to this, you couldn't make this up, to identify as a wolf. He identifies as a fucking wolf, right? Now, the headmaster of that school, George Armatwat, said, well, he used to be a wolf, but he's all right now. No, it's true, seriously. They said this boy who wants to identify as a wolf, and they're going along with it. I don't know how they go along with it. He only goes to school when the fucking full moon's out. He suffers from species dysphoria, which is a posh word for saying he's fucking mad. No, it's obviously, these kids are mentally ill, aren't they? Are they, really? And they're being allowed, they're being enabled to act out. Do you know, there's people in our schools that identify as foxes, dragons, snakes, dinosaurs, and one apparently identifies as a shark. He won't last long because there's no water in the classroom either. They snuff it straight away. Well, why do we have such mad people? A clinical psychiatrist, actually, he's not a psychiatrist, he's a neuropsychologist, Dr. Tommy McKay, right? He said last night, there's no such fucking condition in science as species dysphoria. And it's not surprising, he says this, that we're seeing this in an age where people want to identify as something other than what they really are. Have a look at Ben Elton. He claims to be a comedian. But if you want to see real comedians, go to ustream.com and sign up. And don't forget, if you sign up for an annual subscription, you could be in the hat to win a fantastic hamper full of DVDs, books, T-shirts, squirrel T-shirts. As if we've still got any left. Okay, let's go over to Ustream, and I'll be talking about the biggest story in the history of anti-terrorism and warfare. Yes, it's the pages.
I don't see why I should get a written warning just because Julie from accounts can't take a punch.
A brand new comedian here on Ustream, Pat Smith. Watch this former soldier as he has the audience in Great Yarmouth in hysterics. Coming soon, here on Ustream.
And someone come up to me the other day, right? Out of nowhere, they go, "Oi, mate, you look like you've prick-sticked your face and gone down on Ron Weasley's mum." I said, "Oh, f*** off, Nan."